Welcome to the show, Miss Elona.
Hello, how
How
are
have you
you
been?
doing?
Happy New Month.
Yes, it is.
Have you put up your Christmas tree yet?
You know what?
Yeah.
Mine stays up for a year round.
What?
Just
No.
it's not decorated, but I have cats.
Okay.
They like to climb it.
No,
So
okay. No beef, so long as it's there and it gives the joy to your family. What are you looking forward to this Christmas?
This Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never was like a big Christmas celebrator.
Okay.
So my daughter, she's the one. She likes to decorate,
All right.
have the tree and stuff.
Mhm.
And now that she's like older,
Yeah.
she does her own little thing, and we come together for a little bit, and
Okay.
then we go disperse at friends' houses and
Mm.
say hi. So this Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
I plan on stopping at one of my donors. She's always consistently donating to the campaign.
cool.
From the Kenyan community.
Oh,
they
good,
have
good.
assisted living home.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna cook, and we're gonna
have some little
eat
thing going
together.
on.
Yes.
All right.
Eat together with those residents in her assisted living home.
I appreciate it. I love the fact that even during the holidays, you think about your friend, the donor, she
Yeah.
thinks about the less fortunate, people who may not have families over the holidays. Did you ever have something like this happen sometime in your past where you desired family during holidays?
No, my mom pretty much, she would
Mm-hmm.
have the Christmas tree, decorate, and do all of those type of things. So we always had like a big
A big family?
family gathering around. Yes.
All right. So, how's the campaign been going?
Oh, it's been going. It's been going.
Mhm.
I can't say it's not like it's a bad thing, because it's challenging
Okay.
as everybody expects it to be.
Mm-hmm.
An uphill battle, as they say, but I don't think I see it as like an uphill battle.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it just kind of like doing business.
It's a business, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you have something you're passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
you're working hard at it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not always easy.
Yeah.
And what people always have to remember is what you see in the movies, or the end result of something, that
Mhm.
glitz and glamour,
Mm-hmm.
is not really what goes on in the back.
In the background,
That's
correct.
just the end result of all the hard work you put in.
Oh, great, great. I'm happy. I'm loving the positivity, the insight about how to look at, well, like, curious, like when we want a new person to represent us in this state,
Yes.
why should we replace the person we know? Governor Ansley is not coming back. Why do we want Elona in there? Why do you think voters should have Elona in their mind this season?
Well, I don't do the whole I'm better than.
Mm-hmm.
I say what makes me different than my opponents
Correct.
is that my theories are born from struggle
Mm-hmm.
and being here in the communities and
Correct.
living in a disadvantaged community.
Correct.
Whereas my opponents,
Mhm.
their philosophies are born from just, they're theoretical.
Correct, theoretical, correct. You have a background. You'd consider, in my village they'll call you mixed because everybody looks like me. But you grew up in a place where you were in between being a mixed kid who's finding out about being black or being white. How was that for you growing up?
I grew up in the 70s and 80s.
Okay.
So, around then, I would say early 70s is when interracial marriages were
allowed.
approved.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. And which means that around that time, there still was some
Tension,
pushback
yeah.
and tension
Yes.
within the communities.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that, the white community treated me bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was white and black.
Black, correct.
So because everybody had their, whether it's the white community
Mhm.
didn't want to mix in with the black community
Correct.
still,
Mhm.
or whether it was the black community, it's like they're always taking something
from
from
us, yes.
and they're trying to be better than
Mhm.
us. Those, and then I would always get you think you're better, you are privileged,
Mhm.
those type of things.
Mhm.
And really it was kind of I wasn't privileged,
Mhm.
not on either side,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody was rejecting me.
Correct. You're figuring yourself out
Yes.
at that time, yeah.
And so that was, at first it was a little frustrating at times.
Correct.
I didn't walk around just noticing it
Mhm.
unless somebody pointed it out.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like when I'm campaigning, I can understand the fears
Mhm.
that the white communities might say when they're saying, oh, we don't want CRT.
Correct.
And let's get first off the understanding of CRT, because everybody has.
What is CRT to the people who don't know what CRT is?
So there's critical race theory, and then there's culturally responsive teaching.
Oh, right.
And so one side, the Republican side, argues critical race theory. The Democratic side argues more of culturally responsive teaching.
Correct.
So I hate to get caught in the middle of that subject.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to speak specifically to Black history.
Correct.
When people get upset about those things being taught and they feel like racism is being taught, that I understand their feelings in the sense of when I was in 10th grade,
Correct.
I went to a predominantly Black school, Central High up in Connecticut, and we were watching Roots, the movie about
Correct.
Kunta Kinte,
Yes.
and the teacher had to leave the classroom. When she left the classroom, since I'm the only white kid in the class, even though I was biracial,
Correct.
I got pulled out of the, I got drug out of the desk, out of the chair by my hair, and this is all in my book too as well. Drug out of the desk, and they started, they took the blind twisters down and started beating me with it and putting their hands down my shirt.
Wow.
And they were saying that I was going to pay for what my ancestors did to theirs. So I understand their feelings and their fears of those things and not liking to hear those being blamed. But at the same token, I think that we need to learn to bring our conversations around to closure. To having closure, because I'm the type of person, I'm going to work with whoever want to work with me. Solutions. I'm not trying to change nobody, because the more you try to force somebody to change, the more they're going to hate you and try to hold and grip to what it is that they believe is. Yeah. Or what they think of you, and you're going to have this bad image. So for those who want to work with me and work on healing and moving forward, I'm down with it. Those who are set in their ways and feel like, you know, you get what you get, we don't want to work together, then guess what? I'm all with the smoke too.
Let's go.
Stay to your side, I stay to my side. I don't have to patronize you. So, but that's me, and I just want us to learn how to have more of a closure to conversation. Like, we can't change the past. The past is what it is.
Yes.
That's like, even when I talk about forgiveness, we accept what is there. We can't change it. However, what we do is we approve or disapprove of people's behavior towards us and how we move forward and making changes to be able to be more inclusive and collaborate together.
When you're picking your team, what will you be looking for?
When I'm picking my team, it won't be during the first day of my office. It's right now. When I go in, I'm ready to go all blazing. Ready to work. So while I'm picking a team, you know, I'm also looking at the people who are there, because you have people who are genuinely passionate about people that get overlooked, and then you have people who are gatekeepers that are doing a job and getting their pockets filled. That's it. And the people here at the rest of the bottom in the organizations the money isn't reaching them. So it's interviewing and looking. People don't know that I'm interviewing them. Everybody thinks that they're just interviewing me to run for governor. No, but I'm also looking as to who I should be appointing to cabinet as well. At the same token, too, I have some people that I would like to bring, because granted, when I get there, everybody's not going to be pro me being there. So some people might be trying to sabotage.
Correct. So you have to watch out on your nines.
So I need to know that I have people that I can surround me. And so far, I do have someone who has worked with a nationwide budget, has worked for the Pentagon and done a budget before. And they're retired. So I've talked to them about, when I win, would you mind being, going back to work?
Correct, yeah.
And then I've also, but I have a couple of those too that are good economists that I have been talking to, as well as I have former politicians that I know that I also get advice from. That, like, I have a former state representative in Florida. That when I'm talking about policies, that what are the best ways? What have you seen work? Because I don't want to reinvent the wheel if I see some other place is already being successful in that area.
Washington.
Mm-hmm.
These are fun questions, right?
Yes.
It's fun questions. So if you have, I have 4 tickets.
Okay.
I have tickets to the Sounders game, the Seahawks game, the All Rains game, and Krakens. I have 4 tickets.
Last time you gave me 3 tickets.
Yeah. Now you have 4 tickets today. 4. Which one would you go to?
Okay. Seahawks, of course, like I said.
Seahawks.
So you guys are gonna have to join me watching the Seahawks versus the Eagles since I did
yesterday's game. Yesterday's game, we need to recover. We need to recover big time. Now, Washington has a problem with ferries, water. Mm-hmm. What can you tell the people in the islands? Or people
in the islands?
Yes.
When I was over there touring, one of the things that they pointed out was they didn't have this issue before when it was privatized, but when Washington State took over at running it, now they have problems.
Correct.
The constant breaking down. Plus, they don't run as much.
They don't.
So people are hardly being able to. And we need to probably sit back at the table and take a look at that. Do we need to go back to privatizing? What do we need to do to get that back on track?
Correct. What does small business mean to you?
Small business means to me, it means not a big one, not big corporations like Amazon.
Yeah, not those massive ones, okay?
Yes, but small business means to me, like my community. When I was growing up, I remember always going to the corner store.
Correct.
And the corner store person know you. They'll say, "Oh, I'm calling your mom."
Mama Pop's shops, yes.
So you know, you better act right.
Oh, they're gonna tell your mama everything you're doing. Yeah.
So that's small business to me. It's community. We look out for each other. We have trust in our community, and that's very important.
I see you as a people's president. I see you remind me of there's a politician in Uganda.
Oh yes.
And he's fighting this big dictator. The dictator has been in power for almost 30 plus years. His name is Yoweri Museveni. But the people's president, he has the needs of the people at the palm. He's experienced stuff, and he knows what the common man goes through. How would you tell people willing to vote? I may not look like it, but I understand exactly what you're going through.
Yes. Well, first off, I do want to give a shout out to the people's president.
The people's president,
I just recently learned about him, about a month ago, back in October, and I watched his documentary. And, my heart goes out to him, and I'm rooting for him as well.
Correct.
So, but I think it's pretty much easy to tell that I'm not a career politician because, first off, look how I talk. I'm not polished. I'm not trying to be polished. Hey, my nails ain't even polished.
This is straight up raw.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't wear makeup. I keep getting told I need to wear makeup. I keep getting told to wear my hair the same at all times, but because no one's gonna remember me. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm not about to go bald for this campaign.
No.
Trying to keep the same hairdo, so you're gonna see different hairdos.
Okay.
But what I do recognize that people always remember about me when I go to a room is my smile.
Correct.
Because that's one thing they said. I knew that was you when you smiled. So, most politicians are stuffy and stuck up, and me, I'm just not that candidate.
Correct.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not that candidate to the point that I don't have money like they do to have security. So if you spit on me or you hit me, I promise you, I hit back.
You're gonna
You're gonna get all of this Army veteran.
Correct.
Foot, whatever I have to give you, but I'm not that candidate.
Yeah.
I'm hashtag unpolitically correct.
Unpolitically correct.
So so it'll be easy to tell that I'm just a regular person like everyone else because I don't act like a regular politician.
Creatively, what do you do when you're not in politics?
Creatively, I do some of everything, and I call it seasons.
Put me on.
So, like we're moving into our rainy season and wintry time, I like to paint. And it's just something about the strokes of the brush. So I have my paintings. I have those up on my Love Always.
Okay.
On Facebook.
On Facebook, okay.
Then I used to like writing. So sometimes I'll sit down and write.
Poems, books, articles?
Books.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, I publish my own books.
Mm-hmm.
Then, but during the summertime, I like to write songs and produce the music to them, and sometimes make the videos. And if I wasn't campaigning right now, making videos would be fun.
Correct.
But campaigning,
Yep.
making videos is not fun because it's a lot of work for me to do and to try to keep my posts going.
Correct.
Yeah.
Tell us more about the book. What inspired the book? What's the book called, and where can people find the book?
So my book is Purely Unadulterated Me. Subtitle is Open Me and Read Me. And my book pretty much is just being transparent.
Correct.
Transparent because it's about my life, about overcoming suicide and depression, all the things that I went through, the traumas, and my pattern of writing was my pattern of healing. So I wrote about my present, and my present was everything that triggered me and what caused me to be depressed.
Correct.
And then my past was connecting those triggers to something in my past, to whatever a traumatic experience was that subliminally gave me a message that I didn't have a right to have a voice, or I couldn't be authentically me. And then my future is like me rewriting my own narrative, saying that what happened to me, what people say, none of these things dictate my narrative. I write my own narrative.
You believe in your own narrative.
Yes. So
Beautiful.
That's pretty much my book, and from that, and my personal small business is Fit Forgiveness Coaching. So that's how I do my forgiveness coaching.
Correct.
Present, past, future.
How did that help you in your journey as a forgiveness coach? Just being in tune and accepting what happened to you, amalgamating your traumas and using it as fuel to launch.
So for forgiveness coaching, it helped me actually better than therapy.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Yeah. So that's why one of mental health is on my platform, because we get tired of the traditional way of doing things, so we have to evolve as society evolves. And there's different ways that we can have therapy. Shoot, maybe if we had a coach or a therapist who had some TikTok therapy, that would be
great.
Great.
Free therapy.
So I think we need more diversified, ways of having therapy. And some of us, I think therapy really isn't therapy. Sometimes life coaching is therapy, because we want to have goals and see ourselves moving towards those and see how those obstacles come down. And for me, the forgiveness coaching part was helpful because I never thought affirmations worked.
Yeah.
But in doing that, I didn't realize I was doing affirmations.
Yes.
And then one day when I noticed that I was no longer feeling suicidal, and I was like, I said, you know what? Daily, I was doing affirmations when I was daily writing these things for the past 30 days, that I overcame a lot of those fears. That I saw that the things that we fear are things that we've created in our own heads, because we've either been indoctrinated with it, or we saw something happen and we, held on to that. And then, like they say, if you get into a car accident, it's important that you get back in the car and drive again.
So you get off, you just launch out of that.
Yes.
Again, where would they find your book if they were to purchase your book?
Dot forgiveness.
Dot forgiveness.
Dot forgiving. Okay, I'm gonna say that again.
Let's say it again.
It's love. My handle is lovealways.forgiving.
Okay. Love always dot forgiving. Should we expect more books in the future?
Yes, because I have one that parents want to know about. Because I have one that I talk about, which is I taught my kids not to share.
Correct.
Because sharing is a way that we subliminally have taught our kids to not have boundaries, or not to teach other people to respect our boundaries. So I have those type of topics
with them.
And if they want to know more about it, wait till the book
comes out. Till the book comes out. Appreciate it. I love that topic of the boundaries right there. Army people, firefighters, our essential workers. What's some message you want to tell them, how you relate to them, and what you'll do for them when you step in the chair?
Well, I relate to the military because I was an Army veteran.
Okay.
And I know I experienced what we go through with our healthcare system and how difficult it is to get in some of those barriers and hurdles. In fact, I'm having hurdles right now.
Okay.
And it's easier to focus on when I'm not running, but when I'm not running, I go full. They'll see me in there. They will see me at the resource department saying, "Hey, somebody's not getting back to me. I need to get in here for an appointment.
Let's check this out."
Yes, but I can relate to them on that because I've served, and I have a post that'll be coming out of how I go to the veteran stand downs and I find out about the new programs that we have, because it's important to keep those programs going and to make sure that they're supported, even with the suicides and all of those different types of programs.
What made you decide to run?
What made me decide to run is, waking up like everyone else and saying, how come nobody regular ever runs? Why do we have to vote for the lesser evil when evil is still evil? All of these questions that we always ask about why we can't have a genuine candidate. Why is it always a two-party system picking for us? But they're telling us we have options.
Yes.
But we don't when you just pick them for us. And you just got rid of the other people who were people that we still wanted to be able to listen to and hear what they were bringing to the table.
Correct.
Which is why I when I signed up May of last year, doesn't matter that I don't have money, I'm still going to keep running. I have my 2,000 saved to sign up next year on the ballot.
Correct. Let's get
in May. So I'm not going anywhere. My name and my face will be in that book.
Why should donors not overlook people coming up in spaces like yours?
Well, donors should not overlook us because, I think it's really more so certain donors knowing that we're out there.
Oh, okay.
Because the ones who are bigger donors who are backing certain people already had it made up in their mind that they were backing those candidates because they already have their hands in their pockets.
A mutual interest.
Yes. Yeah. So a donor that has their hands in somebody's pockets,
it's hard.
Is not going to want to vote or back
against
me because I'm for the people and you're not putting your hand in my pocket. And so for me, donors, the most important donors are regular people. People who say that we're either, the saying says, if you're not having a seat at the table, you must be on the menu.
Correct.
So if you don't want to be on the menu, then you want to donate to this campaign because I'm not running for governor. We are running for governor.
It's a we thing.
Yes. And we are going to have a seat at this table because I'm the people's advocate and the people deserve to have their voices heard finally.
Yeah.
And nobody needs to tell, if anybody asks you, why don't you start from the bottom and work your way up?
Yeah.
We have started from the bottom.
Correct.
And and how dare you say something like that to me, a veteran who served my country, when we had, I think, 5 or 6 presidents who have not had political background, and you want to ask me that question.
We have businessmen and more.
Yes, make the math.
Correct.
So.
Where are people going to find you on the campaign trail this month? Is there places you may want people to pull up and support you?
I told my team, I said, we need to start probably setting up some library things because what I've been doing is I've been pulling up to people. And like I have another video that I was working on, editing and putting out there, where I went to the homeless camp and I was out there serving food and helping them out. And I'll tell people, hey, invite me to your cookouts, invite me to your gatherings. I show up, I pop up. People send me, let me know, this festival is going on. I have a booth there, and I stopped there. One lady, she made a post saying that because she didn't have no help at her booth. So I stopped campaigning and I volunteered at her booth and helped her. And she posted, this governor candidate stopped and helped me at my booth. So I pull up, and that's what I mostly been doing is pulling up, dropping off. Sundays, drop off at people's churches, say hi. And a lot of them, they're like, we like that you just came in as a regular person, that you didn't come in all glitz and glam like you look humble just like the people and blending in with the people. And it's because I'm not above anybody. And if I'm running, I'm asking you to hire me. I'm not coming to ask to dictate to you anything. So it's best that I come humble.
Humble, yeah.
And so you if when I set up the pop-ups, they'll be on my website, peoplebeforeparty.com. I'm going to be starting my own podcast. Yes, podcast of removing labels, so we can stop being so divided. Stop the white and black thing. Let's start being more united and work together. Stop all of these dichotomies that we have going on, Republican, Democrat. If we had an earthquake right now, I'm not asking what political party you are, if I can help you or if you can help me. We work together.
Same environment.
Right now we have issues going on in Washington.
For everybody.
So put aside our differences and how can we work together, because we all have children that we want to make sure are safe as we move forward and progress to the
How are you going to handle the crime situation?
We will have to address the crime issue from a whole 360.
Okay.
So one, police need to be able to police. Just because we have bad things that happen that do need to be addressed, does not mean that we don't make bad, crime punishable.
Yes.
People still have to be accountable.
Correct.
So we bring back that accountability. On the other hand, we still also create programs that accountability for our police, as well as start creating programs too that build bridges with our police and our community relations, so that way that helps, the fear, and also whoever, when you get to know somebody, you're less likely to
be suspicious and all
that.
to
be suspicious. Oh, I know this family. Give incentives, because sometimes if a police officer lives in the community that they're serving, they know everybody there. Everybody knows them.
Correct.
So all of youth programs. I think youth programs would be a good thing, of having a police officer and those in the restorative justice system who come out and that are doing better, on a better path.
Yes. Work
together to motivate the youth.
Yeah.
So when they see the police officer and someone who's been in prison before working together.
Yeah.
So
there'll be a lot of factors.
Yeah. So I say it's just tackling it from all different angles, because it's not just a one-size-fits-all solution. Okay, so everyone, like I said, I'm not running for governor. We're running for governor. And it's very important that you know that when it's grassroots, this is not something that people are paying me for. This is something that we have to do as a collective. So I need 50,000 people to word out, so 50,000 people can donate. You can be anywhere in the United States and be a United States citizen to donate. LLC can donate, corporations cannot donate, and nonprofits cannot donate. However, everybody else, donate. It is very important that we get the word out to let more people know, because we have a whole state that we need visibility, and it's going to take all of us working together. So if you don't want to be on the menu, come join me at the table.